everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place and it is week 7 of the No Safer Place book club. I can't believe this is the penultimate book. It has gone so quick and I'm going to be so sad when this is over. The book that we're discussing this week is Straight Outta Crongton by Alex Wheatle. I think it's Wheatle, I'm going to say Wheatle. Now I was really excited to read this book because it was chosen for the No Safer Place book club by one of my favourite authors. Of course it was chosen by Will Hill. I absolutely adore him and his books, so when he chose this I was super excited to get into it. I just want to give a trigger warning for this video. There is a lot of talk about abuse, so if that is a trigger for you, please switch this video off now. So the story focuses on teenager Mo. Now this is the third in the trilogy. So although it's a trilogy, you don't have to have read the first two to know what's going on because it's mainly just set in the same place rather than all connected. I hadn't read the first two and got along with the third one just fine. So as I said, it focuses on teenager Mo and she is just like any other teenager, but she lives in a really rough part of London and that is Crongton. Now one thing I will say about this book is the language is very difficult to get to grips with. If you're not familiar with it, like I wasn't, it took me a good 100 pages for me to understand all the language and the terms that they were using and really get involved in the book. But as soon as I was involved in the book, it was simply unputdownable. It took me a few days to get through the first 100 pages because I really struggled with the language. But once I was into it, I finished it in one sitting. So as I said, Mo lives in a particularly rough area. Mo's mum has had a string of real low-life boyfriends who are just simply awful. But none quite as bad as Lloyd. Lloyd is awful and a character I couldn't have hated more if I tried. Now one day Lloyd hits Mo over £5. He literally beats the crap out of her for the sake of a £5 note, which I just found shocking. And she doesn't know what to do. She just knows that she doesn't want to be in that environment, so she tells her friend Elaine, who tells her to go to the police, and they do that together. But then she starts to have second thoughts when she's there and she really struggles as to whether to tell the police or not, which is something that really got to me personally. So she leaves it and feels like she can get past it. And then one day Lloyd attacks someone else, and this someone else is someone so close to her that she loves so much, and that is it for her. She changes from that moment on and you can tell that she is out for revenge, pure revenge. The person that Lloyd attacks, obviously I've said, is very close to Mo and their life is in danger. They may not make it through this attack and that is what sends Mo over the edge. And from then on it's just a slippery slope for her. She gets deeper and deeper into this world of gangs and crime and it really does take a dark turn, which is something I personally wasn't expecting from this book. I went into this book not really knowing what it was about, but it did get very dark and very illegal. Also, another thing I loved about this book were the side characters. Sam, Elaine and Naomi, they were absolutely fantastic. I loved them all. I really loved the girls. The three girls were my favourite. And I love a book that promotes friendship and good friendship. So people that are there to support you through no matter what, which these girls most certainly were. But yes, this book is fantastic and I'm very excited to talk about it tonight. As always, I will be reading some quotes from the book. I have quite a few as you can see here, so I might have to whittle them down a bit. The first quote is on page 51. "They're not so bad," said Naomi. "So what if they sell a few goods here and there? If they didn't do it, someone else would. You know that. And around these ends, it doesn't matter if you trod with a crew or not. You can still get jacked, cracked and whacked. Remember? I lost Crumbs. He was like a proper bruv to me. He never was a G. Just curious." I am sorry, but reading this makes me laugh because it makes me realise how bloody posh I sound. But I chose that quote because it really shows how your perspective is different when you live in a very rough area. She basically has the viewpoint that, oh well, if he didn't do it then someone else would, so why not he be the one to do it? which obviously isn't the best attitude. Now, this next quote absolutely broke my heart. I cried reading this quote. It is just beautiful. I could feel a world of emotion fuming through my chest. All my agonies, my lifetime of pains gathered inside my head. I was ram-jammed full of it all. I didn't cry. I screamed. I screamed till it hurt my throat. I screamed so it cracked the corners of my mouth. I screamed till snot came out of my nose. I screamed till all I could do was croak. I wanted her to hear me. I wanted her to feel some of my pain. They probably heard me on Crongton Heath. I think I will leave it there because the remaining quotes are ones that have a lot of the language in that I am not very good at talking like. But as I said, this book is fantastic. If you want to join in with the chat, it starts at 6 PM over at my Twitter, zcollins1994, and I would love to see some of you there. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.